Imagine waking up to a distant, rolling tremor, not thunder, but a herd of giants passing beyond the tree line. You step outside and the air tastes of resin, earth, and a warning drumbeat carried through the ground. What if that asteroid never struck, and dinosaurs shared this planet with us right now? Today, we explore how humanity might have evolved, survived, and thrived beside living thunder, coexisting with giants which shape everything: our bodies, our tools, our cities, even our myths. Predators stalk the edges of light, while herds reshape forests and plains like moving bulldozers. In this world, every step matters, and every community learns the rhythm of migration and the price of ignoring it. So, how would we live, learn, and dream beneath those colossal shadows? First, the landscape itself changes when giants rule. Herds mow clearings into savannas, open fire breaks with their passage, and seed whole regions with the plants they carry. Mammals still rise, but cautiously. Our ancestors grow clever near trees, rocks, and shallow water, where escape has options. We evolve as watchers, planners, sprinters who read the ground like a book. Now imagine the human body shaped by neighbors who can weigh as much as a bus. Selection favors stronger ankle stability, fast start reflexes, and sharper low-frequency hearing to catch infrasound signals before we even see danger. Our social groups trend larger and tighter because more eyes mean more warnings, and more hands mean faster camp moves when a herd is about to roll through. Tools become our second nervous system. We craft long staves with rattling seed pods that broadcast, "I am here, go around," and slings that arc stones well beyond kicking range. Fire is not just warmth, it is negotiation. Smoke tells grazers to skirt our perimeter. Capsicum hedges and bitter resin lines teach curious snouts to try elsewhere. Cities rethink gravity. We build safe zones on cliffs and ridges, with hanging walkways and lift baskets instead of ground streets that invite a midnight wanderer to step through. Urban planners map thunder corridors, wide green belts where herds can pass without bottlenecking against walls. Sirens would be useless. Instead, deep horns and ground tappers broadcast infrasound messages like a language of footsteps. Farming, of course, becomes a dance. We grow crops behind layered barriers, thorn rows, resin-soaked ropes, and portable fence mats rolled out before migration season. We plant sacrificial strips, fast-growing browse outside the fence, so hungry necks eat the decoy first and leave our harvest. We learn calendars not from stars alone, but from footprints, molting feathers, and the timing of eggs. Could we domesticate dinosaurs? Maybe some. Skittish, small herbivores, fleet, ostrich-like forms, might partner with us as alarm runners or egg producers. But bighorn tanks or cunning mid-sized predators, probably not worth the scars. Instead, we specialize in guidance, not conquest. Path lures scented with mineral blocks, rumble-beat fences that feel uncomfortable to cross. Shepherding becomes sound design. Medicine levels up because megafauna mean megamicrobes. We study ticks big enough to notice, gut bacteria that shift with seasonal diets, and spores that travel on warm hides like ships. Vaccines and antiseptics arrive early, distilled from bitter barks and resin saps we learn to respect. Protective clothing, layered fibers, and scaled plant lacquers becomes normal for fieldwork. Transport hugs the high ground. Rail and road follow ridge spines. Long bridges leap over thunder lanes. Night travel uses pulsing ground lights that speak "do not step" in a language bodies feel, not ears. Air travel grows early in places where herds clog valleys, gliding craft that hop along cliff cities. But most daily movement remains pedestrian and deliberate, guided by posted tremor reports like weather. Culture, meanwhile, glows with giant neighbors. Songs keep the beat of migrations. Festivals mark safe crossings. Artisans carve stories into drumstones that hum when herds pass. Children learn 3 alphabets: words, wind, and the ground. Bedtime tales feature not dragons, but the named matriarch of a local herd, whose choices save the town one dry year. Law and ethics widen. We draw borders that are flexible, corridors that belong to no one, and obligations to the old paths under our new roads. Conservation is not a hobby. It is self-interest. When herds vanish from a region, brush piles up, fires roar hotter, and predators turn desperate and closer. Geopolitics follows the hoofbeats. Nations negotiate thunder treaties, share monitoring, corridor upkeep, and emergency detours when storms or quakes block a route. Patrols carry drums, not rifles, and speak with engineers before a single wall is built. Smuggling changes shape, not contraband metals, but illegal lures that shift herds on our rival crops. So yes, we have rangers with sniffers trained to detect resin blends. Disaster plans look different. A stampede is a moving earthquake. We teach drop, grip, tuck, and how to read dust. Light and high means wind. Low and rolling means feet. We build sound shields, berms, and hollow logs that swallow vibrations and let a village breathe while a herd passes around them like water around a rock. Science blooms in the footprints. Paleontology becomes ecology plus translation. We tag nothing that doesn't consent. Yes, consent. Years of learning signs that mean approach, back off, or sleeping young nearby. We set up safe blinds that listen more than watch, collecting tremor patterns like star charts. Over time, we publish dictionaries of rumble motifs that predict turns, rests, and storms. And yes, sports adapt too. Imagine ridge-running races where athletes plot fastest lines between safe posts while reading the ground for distant beats like living metronomes. Festivals host guide games, teams moving a mock herd of rolling drums through a city without touching walls. Training turns celebration. The prize? Stewardship honors, not money. Would living with giants make us humbler? Maybe. You do not feel like a conqueror when a hillside starts to walk. You feel like a neighbor who plans better. In a world like this, progress means harmony that works at scale. Farms that bend without breaking, towns that sing warnings, and children who can read the ground as easily as a book. The asteroid missed in our thought experiment, but its shadow teaches us something real. Our species thrives when it listens, adapts, and leaves room for others to pass. So if dinosaurs never died, we might not build taller towers. We would build wiser paths. We would measure success in safe crossings, not just in speed. Now I want to hear from you. What would your town change first? Schools, streets, or alarms you can feel with your bones? If this journey made you think, tap subscribe, hit like, and share it with someone who loves big what-ifs. See you in the next adventure.